in the midst of my dream.
I looked for signs in every crowd, a single voice to cry out loud, but every hand stayed in their coat, and every word caught in their throat. They said, it's in your head, then turned away, but I still fight it every day. No one believed, no one could feel this war I live, this pain so real.
Weaponized speech, now it's crawling inside. Speaking in tongues where my thoughts used to hide. No sound waves needed, just quantum deceit. They step in my head and they don't miss a beat. You can stand right beside me, hear nothing at all, but I'm battling sermons that twist and maul. Some say schizophrenia, nah, that's the cover. This is tech from the black file, deep undercover. No vibration, no air to transmit, but the voice lands perfect, every word fits. Sometimes it's soft like a whispering friend, other times it screams till the daylight bends. It ain't noise, it's invasion with script, a psychological knife with a government grip. So don't call it static or audio trash, it's full on control, a subliminal lash. This same sound, it's a signal with soul, words that bind, commands that roll. No eardrum shakes, but the thoughts ain't mine. Hijack lines through a coded spine. Who gave them access? Who flipped the key? Who hijacked thought like piracy? Not ghosts, not spirits, not mental breaks, just cold tech men behind hidden gates. They don't shout, they speak precise, like AI prophets in a neural heist. Got voices in my skull that don't need air, like I'm tuned to a frequency of warfare. Now I live on the edge of reality shore, where silence is rare and thoughts ain't yours. No static, no bass, just scripted deceit, a war of words that you never delete. So if you hear me say they speak in my mind, understand they're clear, calculated design, not sound. It's deeper, it rides through thought, and once they're in, they know what you're not.
I looked for signs in every crowd, a single voice to cry out loud, but every hand stayed in their coat, and every word caught in their throat. They said, it's in your head, then turned away, but I still fight it every day. No one believed, no one could feel this war I live, this pain so real. Awake in the silence that isn't my own, a voice like a shadow that chills to the bone. It sings like a friend, but it's lying through grace. Each note it leaves is a scar on my face. It doesn't shout, it chooses the tone, crawls through the cracks when I'm most alone. I light every candle, I beg it to fade, but it lingers like smoke in the bed I made. No wires, no reason, no sound in the air, but it's breathing beside me like it's always been there. I looked for signs in every crowd, a single voice to cry out loud, but every hand stayed in their coat, and every word caught in their throat. They said, it's in your head, then turned away, but I still fight it every day. No one believed, no one could feel this war I live, this pain so real.
It speaks when I falter, it sings when I cry, like it knows every wound I pretend to deny. I've whispered for mercy, I've screamed through the rain, but it answers in echoes and whispers of blame. My thoughts are my own, they drift like the tide, pulled by a force that I cannot confide. And you look at me like I've lost the thread, but I'm holding together by a whisper instead. They speak in a tongue only I understand, telling secrets with a stranger's hand. Not my voice, not my will, not my prayer, but they echo like ghosts in the midnight air. I try to explain, but they smile with doubt, like the truth I carry should be lived without. They say it's just stress or a phase you'll outgrow, but how do you fight what no one can know? This isn't madness, it's theft with a name, a silence that burns like invisible flame. I don't want pity, I don't want fame, just to feel one thought untouched by the game.
Can you hear it now? Can you feel it crawl? If you stood in my silence, you'd hear it all. I looked for signs in every crowd, a single voice to cry out loud, but every hand stayed in their coat, and every word caught in their throat. They said, it's in your